Today is September 9th, 2010. My name is David Max, the co-founder of the website HuskerMax.com along with Joe Hudson. I am in Monowi, Nebraska with Elsie Eiler, who is the only resident in the town. So it's the one of, I believe, 4 towns in the whole country that only has a resident of 1. So I was going to ask you my first question. How does it feel to be the sheriff, the mayor, the city council, the dog catcher, the whole thing?
Well, none of them are very busy jobs, so it really doesn't take up a lot of my time with that. Most of my time is spent in business.
So tell me about the businesses. What kind of businesses do you have here? What will people find when they come?
Well, it's called the Monowi Tavern, but it's I have children's toys under the television stand, and I cook a lot of meals, a lot of steaks, and a lot of burgers, fish, chicken, of course fries and all of that stuff out of the freezer or into the fryer and out. I do a lot of cooking as well as opening beers and mixing drinks and selling pops and.
Okay, so is there a post office in town?
Not anymore.
No, not anymore.
They put us on a mail route out of Lynch. So
okay.
I am. Actually, my address is 9 Broad Street, Monowi, and then Lynch, Nebraska.
Okay.
But in this area, how they address, I get it addressed all kinds of ways, and
so,
it seems to find its way here.
So if somebody sends a card to Monowi,
yeah,
Nebraska, it will get here. It'll come to you.
Yeah,
all right. So you know, I did a little research, and you know, back in the 30s, the population of the town was 130. So how did it get from 130 down to 1?
Well, I would say probably a lot of it during the war, the Second World War, a lot of the boys were gone to the service. A lot of the women left and went and found jobs in the cities and so forth. And they just all became used to a different lifestyle. And, of course, this is mainly farming area. And the farms have gotten bigger and taken over more land, so there's fewer people living on farms. You know, where there used to be, they'd make a living on 160 acres, now they might have 1,600 acres. You know, it's just, that's the way any business goes, you know, and farming is a business.
Tell me the story about the library. How did this come about? You know,
well,
no post office, but you got a library.
Yeah, this was established just after my husband passed away. Actually, these books were his, 99% of them, and he loved to read and kept every book, any kind of a book he'd get, he didn't part with, and he had them stored all over town, any empty place he could find, and he always wanted a library of his own. So he had gotten the building and then he got sick, so he wasn't able to do the physical work, but he had all done, so all the shelves, everything was ready for the books, and then he passed away in January. So then in May, I had a granddaughter graduating down to Ponca, and after the graduation, my daughter and son and a couple of nephews came and gathered books from all over and got them and put them on the shelf. And they tried to put them in some kind of semblance with authors and types, but through these 6 years, they kind of got a little mixed up. And I'm as guilty as anybody else, because I'll take a book out from here, and when I come to bring some more, I might put it somewhere else.
So can somebody check out a book to read here?
Oh, yeah, people take them out. They just write their name down in the book that they took, and they bring them back. Sometimes they bring them back here, and sometimes they just bring them to me at the bar, and I eventually get them back over here. That's partly why they get mixed up, too, because I just put them in where I
So you don't have a very systematic Dewey Decimal System.
No. I did have all of the little tags and everything sent to me by a fellow, you know, back at the beginning when he read about it, but I just didn't do anything with that. So.
Tell me about the T-shirts, you know, and this is the first that I've seen these, and if somebody in Arizona or California wanted to get one of these T-shirts, how could they get one from you?
I have sent a lot of them, a lot of places, and
really?
I've got T-shirts all over the world, basically, because of people have been here and bought them, or somebody's got a relative and so forth.
So do you have people coming from different parts of the country and parts of the world to say that they've been to the town of One?
I have a guest book over there, and I have, well, literally all, I don't know if it's every state, but all over the United States. And I have Australia and Switzerland and Finland and England and France, Denmark, Germany, Japan.
When did all these visits first start? I mean, is that something recent?
After the library. The library started.
The library started. So in 2004 is when interest was.
Yeah.
I understand you've been on like CBS and some other.
And the NBC Today show, and People Magazine was here. Yeah, actually, the beginning of it was, well, a writer on the Omaha World Herald staff, Paul Hamill.
Oh, yeah.
Through the years, he's been here various times and wrote articles about us. And when my husband died, he wrote a very nice article. So we told him that we were going to get the books put in a couple of months.
Mm-hmm.
And he said, let me know when you do that. So we did, and he wrote another real nice article about this town of One opening a library.
Mm-hmm.
And there happened to be a girl on the Los Angeles Times researching libraries in small towns, and she run across this. So she called and wondered if she could come and do an interview. And that's really where it started snowballing, because then I immediately started getting telephone calls.
So I understand you got another famous visitor here today, Larry the Cable Guy?
Mm-hmm. Yes, he is.
How did that come about?
I just got a call out of the blue and asked if I'd like to have him come here, and I said, yes, I don't care, we'll have a good time. And that was kind of, then it was set up for in a week and a half, which kind of flabbergasted.
Oh, they just called like a week or two ago?
Yeah, a week ago last Monday is the first I knew anything about it.
Okay.
So, but it was fun, and it all worked out. And but I don't know how much I'm supposed to say that they're doing this documentary starting for the History Channel. So
okay.
I think I'm supposed to leave that alone. I mean, that's their business.
Yeah, well,
it's a project he's working on, and he'll be traveling a lot.
Yeah, I understand he's going to be doing visits like this to different towns all over the country. So that'll be an interesting thing. So it must be nice to be the first. You're the #1 resident in town, and the first documentary with Larry.
It's been a lot of fun. We've had a lot of fun.
So who else has come through that Nebraska fans would know? That you could think of?
I don't know. Most of them are just ordinary people that have read about it and stop in and so forth. I had a lot of books sent to me, and one of the first, within a few months, I got a package, and there was 8 co-authored books by Henry Winkler. And a handwritten letter, which I'm very proud of. Mm-hmm. And he had co-authored them and sent books to me.
So, if somebody wanted to donate books, would you want them to donate them, or do you have room for it?
I really don't have room for it. That was one thing I ran into, because people took it that opening the library, I needed books, and I really got deluged with books for a while. But there's a small library in the next town that bigger than my library, but then that I gave books to, and my son took to the town that he lives in. He took a bunch of books, and I just sort of set them out, and people wanted them. I just say, well, and you want to go ahead and take them, you don't have to bring them back, and things like that. Because
it looks like your shelves are about 90-some% full.
Because I'm as bad as my husband for not liking to part with the book. You can't just throw books away. I have trouble throwing magazines away. I don't like to throw books away.
So how long have you lived here?
Basically, I've lived in the area all my life. When I was about 1.5 years old, my folks moved to a farm half a mile out of town. So I went to grade school here, 1st through 8th grade, and then rode the bus to Lynch, 7 miles, and graduated high school up there.
Well, that's okay. Well, I went to grade school in Page, so that's not 38 miles away.
Then he went to the service, and I taught school, and then I went to work for Braniff Airlines for a couple of years, and then when he got back from overseas, we got married, and both wanted to live more in this area, so then our 2 kids both graduated out of Lynch, too.
So, are you a Husker fan?
Oh, yes.
Okay, so, does people come and watch the games in the bar or in the restaurant?
Yes, we love it.
So, we will make you an official watch site of HuskerMax.com.
I enjoy it. The trouble of it is, if there's really a good game and really good crowd, they keep me so busy that I don't really get to watch the game, but that's okay.
Do you go to the games in Lincoln?
Years ago I went to one, but I'm not great. They are wonderful. They're fascinating to go to, but I'm not great on crowds. I'd rather watch it on television.
Okay, well, if you ever decide you want to come to a game, just let me know, and we'll make sure that you get one. Well, thanks for sharing your thoughts with us, and we invite people to come to Monowi, Nebraska, and say hi to Elsie and peruse her library. Thanks.